How can we serve and still live abundantly?
This comes to the manifestation of the quantum structure. Remember when I said that God you are the structure. If you think that is somebody outside of you like God to control everything, you better look at back the quantum physics that I was just talking about. The reason is because you are God, you are made from the quantum structure. Is nobody outside of you. So the question should be how I am manifesting and conditioning everything that I want to. It's all up to you. The way you basically manipulating the structure in the quantum field itself. To serve, who do you really serve? When you make a projection, remember when you make a projection, what did they say? Since you're flickering through time space, you're actually projecting a reality of somebody in front of you to have an interaction. So when you have that interaction with somebody, it's accordingly to depending on everything you end up projecting from the quantum field, from your emotions, deeds, that's a sequence, that's a frequency. So in actuality, you're talking to yourself through the structure, but you're projecting another image to have an experience. Always look from the heart, help from the heart. This is how they taught me. Help from the heart, give from the heart. Is nobody outside of you, and you are making for yourself in your projecting moment to moment your ascension process. That's how it works. Nothing is wrong to ask something for yourself. It doesn't mean that but do not ask it from a point of greed and from the point of the monetary system. You can ask for, you have to know that you have everything you need at the moment. And accordingly to that structure, you're going to perceive realities and you're going to shift yourself to reality through the structure is going to give you exactly what you need. But it has to come from the heart. It doesn't matter if it's going to come from donation, it's going to come from money, or somebody gave you a gift. Anything could happen, but don't lock yourself only into the money. Don't think that every single time in order for you to have something, you have to go and charge somebody money in order to have it. You can have a platform that you do your work, that you do your job the way you do, so you support yourself and pay the bills. But after you pay the bills, once you start doing everything out of your heart and do it to the platform from the name of humanity or somebody else on a daily basis, that platform is going to shift you and give you probabilities. It's going to shift you, which you created, to reality, that all of a sudden you will be completely abundant, and maybe somebody gonna say, hey, listen, I'm planning to do that, and all of a sudden you're gonna have a full abundance. It doesn't matter it's coming from money or it's coming from something else, but you don't have to do it out of your structure through condition. Do not put condition in a structure. If you put a condition in a structure, if you have expectations, you're going to perceive back everything with conditioning to you, because anything you put out is that what you get back. It's that simple. You cannot think of something in a quantum structure if you don't know the vibration of that structure already. That means that from this reality, imagine something. You cannot think of that reality if you don't know the vibration of this reality already that exists somewhere in the quantum field of your timeline. And why is that? Because there's no time. And there's no time because remember, you're flickering and that one particle is vibrating so quickly through the structure that is appearing next to itself and next to itself and next to itself to infinity. So if this is the case and you're going through the portal, that means that all these parallel realities existing at the same time in a quantum magma. If this is the quantum magma, the parallel realities are existing at the same time. So I can see you at the moment, you can see all these parallel pictures, right? But they're completely different realities. How come it's possible you guys see it at the same time? It's at the same time because there's no time. So the way I end up putting in this sheet of paper, this is the same way how is in the magma of the structure of the quantum field. It's almost like you're watching a TV and every single channel is running at the same time. So if you want to shift here, you can stay here. If you want to shift here, you can stay here. But the shifting is happening accordingly to your emotion, thoughts, and deeds, because the emotion, the thought, and the deed has a specific frequency that you're resonating off. Because you are, as I said, the structure of the magnetic and gravitational field. You are the magma. You are the structure. You are the God particle. Okay? There's nobody outside of you. You project in your reality. So when you know that, there's nothing to worry about switching the realities and stuff like this and what is happening, because everything is running simultaneously at the same time. And that's why if you think of something, if you imagine something at the moment, you cannot imagine this image or this projection in your head if you don't know the vibration of that parallel reality that you exist at the same time. The only reason you don't see this reality is because you need to crystallize it. Something that is in a quantum field, you need to crystallize it. Basically, you need to take an action, and you have to stay moment to moment to moment in order something that is not visible to you. Okay? So that's how the quantum structure works. Yes. The reason why the same things keep happening to you over and over again, because in the quantum field, everything is happening 100%. You cannot create this structure or this plasma if, for example, your frequency here that you're giving off has a completely different frequency of resonance. So if this reality here is something that you really want, you have to vibrate in a specific frequency in order to create it. But if you don't vibrate in the same frequency, you completely take in a completely different reality. It doesn't do it. So that means if you believe something and if you want something to happen, you cannot question the outcome, because in a quantum structure, you never know the outcome, how it's going to happen. The reason is because your brain, three-dimensional brain, does not work on the structure of the higher consciousness. Higher consciousness know how things can happen from the quantum level, but our limited three-dimensional brain does not work above that. So in order for you to make a scenario, have expectation, your expectation behind that expectation, you already have a scenario of an outcome. And if you have a scenario of an outcome, this is a quantum structure that you end up putting into this magma and gravitational field, and you blocking the manifestation process. As I said, you can download DVD 99%, it has to be 100%. So you have to let go of any expectations of what you want to do and how you're gonna do it. You just have to know what it is, because the knowingness is 100%. You manifest in the now, not before or later. So if you know that no matter what you see, you're fine, you're going to keep shifting and shifting. Your goal is to stay calm and to keep projecting out of your thoughts, emotions, and this at the same time as a Trinity, non-stop emotion of positive. And you know that whatever you do is part of the process. If you question it, it won't manifest the way you want it, because it's basically putting a condition. You end up putting a condition in a quantum field that you're made of.
Okay. So there's a big lesson in there.
Yeah, it's a big lesson in there. Thank you.